Trisha, I also want to ask you too about your work with different production companies and also brands. What would you say? What kind of advice would you give somebody who is trying to build relationships and try to work their way into having some sort of working relationship with brands and companies to do production type of work with them?
I mean, my advice is kind of the same no matter what career path you're on with that. Always be professional, always respect everybody else who you're dealing with. Treat everybody as you want to be treated. But you can imagine no matter what industry you're in, if you are taking a long time to get back to people, if you're not thoroughly reading their emails and addressing their concerns, etc., people aren't going to want to work with you very often. Because especially when you're dealing with a brand, they usually have a budget and they usually have certain results that they expect on a certain deadline. And so you have to, turn the business part of your brain on and be a good working partner. If you're not a good working partner, people aren't going to continue to want to work with you. So yeah, what I would say to that is it means respect the people you're dealing with, respect deadlines and other people's time as much as possible. And what I've learned as I've kind of gotten as I've gotten older, what I've learned is to be very upfront with your expectations. Not every collaboration is a collaboration that's meant to be, and that's okay. If it's something that you're like, this doesn't really make sense for me and my brand, and it doesn't really make sense for you as far as the return on investment you're going to get out of it, then it's better to just say like, hey, maybe we can work together on something that's a little bit more of a fit in the future than to like try to shoehorn it and it doesn't work out well. And, just being very business minded about it and professional about it when you're dealing with other, people in a professional area.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like to me, just being able to walk away from a deal if it doesn't make sense. And I know like a lot of people in whatever career field they're in, it's always like really hard to say no to things, especially when there are opportunities that on the surface might seem great for you. But, really learning how to do that, I think, is a skill, right?
For sure. Yeah, that's a skill. And I mean, I've been very lucky that yes, I was pursuing a career as talent, but also kind of have a business side to my personality so that I could jump into those more producery type roles that so often are required of content creators, where you need to be the producer, you need to be the pre-production, you need to be the talent, you need to be the production behind the camera, you need to be lighting and audio and post-production and marketing and distribution. As a content creator, you're asked to do all of these. And I think it was interesting for me coming from a more traditional entertainment side of things, expecting that there's a team of people that tackle all those different things, and then getting thrust into content creation where it's like, oh no, but you do all of it. So now I kind of have this career that I think I probably look at through a lens that's more traditional media, or some type of hybrid between traditional media, and making digital content, if that makes any sense. So I still prefer, when I have the budget on a project, to hire someone else to do my post-production. I still prefer to do that because there are people who are infinitely more talented at that than I am. I can do it if I have to, and I'm very grateful that I've learned those skills over the years. But if I can have someone who specializes in marketing do my marketing, and someone who specializes in post do my post, and someone who has a much more refined ear for audio than I do help out with the audio on a project, the final product, I think, will showcase all of those different people's artistic inputs and skill more so than if I had done it start to finish myself. And that's a little bit more of that producer brain coming in. And I think it also allows me, when I am dealing with brands, to kind of talk about it in those terms of, okay, well, are you looking for, like, what budget level are you looking to do this at? And what are you hoping to get out of it? Because there's many, many different tiers for both. And we have to make sure we're on the same page before I want to enter into any kind of agreement or contract.
What do you do, or how do you go about evaluating people for jobs and opportunities to take some of those things off of your hands? Like, what qualities are you looking for in somebody, say, that would handle marketing for like a production project that you're working on, or or post-production? What are you looking for in some of those people?
It's really hard. It's really hard to kind of find someone that aligns with your style, both your style and your work ethic. I have found I've worked with people over time that are much in the same mindset as me when it comes to work ethic, but creatively not really, where I need them to be, or vice versa, creatively brilliant, but completely unable to make deadlines or deliver. So finding that combination is very tough. And a lot of times I will ask people, who are other creators or other people who do what you do, whether it be marketing or post-production or whatever, whose work you really admire, and tell me why you admire it. Because if they're able to verbalize, this is why I really like what this person's doing, that helps me a lot to see what they value creatively. Obviously, looking at someone's past work, if they have past work to showcase, is a great one for that as well. And then I think a lot of people, when they hire, again, kind of across different industries, will say things like, here, when you submit your resume or cover letter, please do it in this format, which is like a very simple instruction that you would be amazed how many people don't follow. And so if they can't follow that instruction, then you can be reasonably sure they're probably going, not going to respond with the same detail when it comes to work they're actually doing. So, there's a lot of little tricks like that, but hiring is tough. Finding that match is tough.
It's just like another skill you just got to keep working on and developing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been very, very lucky to work with some amazing people over the years. So I know that people say in Hollywood, it's a lot of nepotism and it's a lot of people hiring who they know. And that is certainly the case. But sometimes that's out of, I know I've worked with this person before. I know they can deliver and I know I like their style. So rather than having a whole new set of interviews every single time I have a job, I'm just going to go back and see if that person's available, which there's something to be said then too for consistency and doing a good job when you do work with someone so that they will come back to you for a rehire.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching this excerpt of the Videocraft show presented by Video Husky. If you're a content creator that struggles to organize scripture ideas for your videos, I've got a resource for you. You can get a copy of our free script template. Using it can help you structure your videos and save you hours of time from filming in the process. To get it, all you have to do is just scroll down on this video, find the link in the description, and subscribe to our email list. From there, it'll get delivered straight to your inbox right after you sign up. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, can you do us just a quick favor and hit the like button before you go? And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel too, to stay up to date with all the content that we're creating here on this channel. And finally, be sure to tune into the Videocraft show presented by Video Husky on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We've got links in the description down below. If you want to watch or listen to the full episode, just tap the video right next to me over here, and that'll take you to the entire episode in which this excerpt is from. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.